1, 2, 3, ikimashou everyone. How's it going everyone? We have a brand new video for you guys. This one is a submission, our first ever submission from TanTanPan. And well, he is the man, as you guys know if you've been on these streams that we have been having recently. And he decided to flip the Kanto Cup on its head by going with a triple Volt Switch team. He is running Alolan Raichu, Alolan Graveler, and Electrode, and all three Pokemon's fast moves are Volt Switch. Now that Alolan Raichu does have Thunder Punch and Wild Charge. Alolan Graveler has Thunderbolt and Rock Blast, and Electrode has Discharge and Foul Play. Those are the charged moves for these Pokemon. Very, very interesting. This team is super spicy, but very, very powerful. So let's go ahead and hop into this one. But before we do, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. If you guys like this PvP content, want to submit some of your own battles, please go ahead and send me some DMs on Instagram or here on YouTube. Anyway, let's go ahead and hop into these battles. So TanTan's first opponent is IHL 26. And let's go ahead and see what Pokemon IHL is going to go ahead and bring out versus TanTan. So they do have a Gyarados. This is terrible for them no matter how we look at it, because we know what they got in the back. And look at that Volt Switch damage. Absolutely insane. They panicked there and didn't know what to do. They go ahead and bring in that Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is a pain, but TanTan has already charged up to 2 wild charges, so this is going to be crazy here. They do block that first one. He managed to get the second one. He does manage to get to it. And guys, he actually gets both shields right off the bat there. They do take out the Raichu, but it's done everything it needed to do to just seal the deal for this game here. He's going to go ahead and go for that Thunderbolt to get that extra damage in there. Alolan Graveler is a very cool Pokemon in my opinion. And yep, Wigglytuff is out, and all they have left is the Ninetales. I guess they definitely deserve what they got because they went for the double charm strategy. Sorry if you guys run that, but it is a little bit BM in my opinion. Especially that triple charm is insane. But yeah, they see that it's over and they go ahead and exit that one. Now let's go against Blue Courage over here. So TanTan's got another opponent. And let's see what they're going to bring out here. Alright, so they're going to go ahead against that Hypno. Now this is very good for TanTan because he takes reduced damage from the Hypno there. So that's nice. He's going to go ahead and let this go through. It's probably going to be a Thunder Punch. Oh, it is actually a Fire Punch. Well, it's one of those, right? One of those punches. He does go for that Wild Charge. Even though it's resisted, it will hit pretty hard. So even if they don't block, it's going to hit them pretty hard. Yep, about 50% HP. And he manages to get to the second one here. So things are looking very good. This Alolan Raichu has been putting in a lot of work so far. Yeah, so he actually manages to take out that Venusaur completely. And they're both down a Pokemon, and they have both of their shields up, but that Hypno does have some energy, right? So they got to be careful there. But foul plays are going to add up here, and their switch timers are not up just yet. So they're going to have to use these shields or let their Hypno go down. So let's see what this opponent decides to do. So they do go ahead and shield it. That's the right choice, of course. And TanTan goes for the switch to catch the move here. It's probably going to be another Fire Punch. And this is going to be super resisted here. That's awesome. Now, they're bringing the Poliwrath, so this is a little bit rough, but at the same time, Poliwrath does take a lot of damage. The Mud Shots do a lot of damage, but he takes a lot more from these Volt Switches. So he does block this one. And I'm going to guess that TanTan lets it go through. Yes, he does let it go through. So this will probably take out... It does not. It's just an Ice Punch. I assumed it was going to be the Dynamic Punch. Probably could have gone for that Rock Blast there, but it's okay. He's playing it safe. He's probably going to shield this and farm down so that he can use Foul Play versus the Hypno. And that should seal the deal right there. But the opponent used Ice Punch, so they actually managed to get to another Ice Punch here. So this is getting very close. But he does survive it and just barely finishes him off there. I think 2 more Mud Shots would have been the end of him. But he does get the Foul Play off, and boom! He gets that Hypno out of there. No problem. So that is a good game right there. TanTan is doing very good. He's got 2 wins so far under his belt. So now let's go ahead and look at his next battle. This versus Game of Mystics. Alright, so let's see what this person is going to be throwing out versus TanTan here. My guess is that it'll... Oh my god, yes. It is a Hypno. So things are looking good again for TanTan. Yeah, looking very good. And... same idea here. He actually does shield this time around. I believe he didn't shield in the last match, but it's just a Thunder Punch, so that's kind of unfortunate that he had to use the shield there. Now he does go for the wild charge. He has 2 of them charged up. Missed a little ball there, but it's all good. He managed to take them out with that 1 wild charge, and he goes straight for a second one. Now this is a bit scary here because he did use a shield earlier, right? So let's hope that the opponent is unable to get to 2 bulldozers, because that could finish off most of TanTan's team. Now TanTan does manage to get to another Thunder Punch, so things are looking pretty nice for TanTan here, especially because he manages to get both shields down, so things are looking great. He does bring in Electrode, and I guess TanTan has all the calculations in his head, no problem, because he doesn't shield the bulldoze and has more than enough HP to get the discharge off here. So I'm guessing he's going for that stab damage with the discharge over the foul play, and it does pretty decent damage there. Almost takes him out completely, which is nice. And he's got a shield here to protect his Alolan Graveler, right? So things are looking pretty decent here. Let's hope they have something weak to him in the back. It is a Wigglytuff here, so this is going to be a very, very, very tough finish to the match here. He does get to the Thunderbolt. It looks like there was a little bit of lag there with registering the Thunderbolt, but it does a lot of damage, so 1 Volt Switch to finish this off. And that Sandslash has no HP, so this will be a quick finish right there. So that is a good game. Now let's go into the next opponent. This time it is versus Shadows Fall 01. All right. Very, very cool costume by them. They got the Team Rocket stuff. Anyways, so they have a Hitmonchan. Super spicy. I love it. I want to try Hitmonchan, but I don't have any good PvP ones. Now they make the switch into the Wigglytuff, and TanTan farms up a bit and then switches into the Graveler. Volt Switch's attack is a little bit slow, right? It takes about 3 turns, I believe. So he was spamming that switch, but it wasn't going fast enough for him. Now he does get the Wigglytuff very low, and I'm going to guess that he's going to let this go through. If it is an Ice Beam, he might survive it. No, he doesn't survive it anyway. But it's okay because he's got more than enough energy on this Alolan Raichu. So he goes straight into that first Wild Charge. He has more than enough to get to 2 of these. And Hitmonchan is going to be forced to have to shield both of these, I believe. If not, the Hitmonchan will be completely taken out. And yep, they go ahead and shield both. And they actually threw energy there. So very unfortunate for the opponent, because now they don't have energy left. But they do manage to get a little counter in there, right? So a little sneaky counter, which is really nice. Now, TanTan does have to be careful because the power-up punches are going to really make these counters from Hitmonchan hurt really badly. So he's got to go for that discharge as soon as possible. But the opponent makes an awesome switch here by doing a sacrifice swap here with their Tentacruel. A little bit of an interesting choice because I do think Hitmonchan should have stayed in, but they made it anyway. They went ahead and catched that energy, and they went for an acid spray here. So now we gotta see if TanTan can finish them off. He has enough energy to finish the Hitmonchan off, but they don't bring it in. They know it is game over there. All right, so the next opponent will be Marvin5998. So let's go ahead and see what this opponent is bringing to the table, okay? So you guys know this Alolan Raichu is in, and they bring in the Alolan Graveler. So this is a Pokemon that TanTan is super familiar with. So he makes that immediate switch into the Electrode. He is a little bit slow on it, but he manages to get the switch off. They do bring in the Hypno, which I believe is a very, very, very big mistake because foul plays are going to hit very hard, and they don't even shield that first one. I suppose it's okay not to shield the first, but I still think that Hypno was not the right choice here because Electrode definitely has everything it needs to beat Hypno, right? So now TanTan is going to overfarm a bit here, and he does manage to get to another foul play. All he needs is 1 more Volt Switch to get to the next one, and their opponent just lets it all go through. So they're keeping those shields, and they bring in that Graveler. Now TanTan goes for the foul play again because it will do neutral damage at least. And the opponent is definitely going to have to shield this one, yeah. So they go ahead and shield and throw out their energy. This is probably a Rock Blast here. So TanTan's going to let this go through. No reason to protect that Electrode. It's done its job. And he goes ahead and brings his own Graveler because it's going to be pretty much a Rock Blast competition, I think. At least that's what I would go for. But let's see. TanTan knows the matchup better, probably. The opponent goes for a double Rock Blast here. So it's going to be not very effective, I assume. Yeah, it's just going to be neutral damage there. And now TanTan does have 2 Rock Blasts of his own now. So yeah, like I said, this is a Rock Blast competition. Rock Blast, Rock Blast, Rock Blast. Now, let's see what happens here. This will probably force out the last shield from the opponent. It does force that last shield. And TanTan has no more shields, so he's going to have to let this go through. I don't think it KOs, but it will get him very low. Yeah, he makes the immediate switch. And they bring in a Dugong, so this is very unfortunate for the opponent, but this Raichu is going to clean up nice and easy here with that wild charge. And he just needs one more Volt Switch to get to his own wild charge, but they beat him to it with the Rock Blast. This will definitely KO TanTan, and it ends in disaster, guys. He almost gets that 5-0 there. It's very unfortunate that he was unable to get to that wild charge. I think it didn't matter if he went for Thunder Punch or Wild Charge because Volt Switch gives so much energy, so he managed to get to both of them at the same time. But yeah, sometimes it happens like that, guys. You feel like you're in complete control, but the opponent played it well by keeping their Graveler safe for the majority of the match. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. I actually really enjoy doing commentary for other people's battles, even more than my own battles, because it puts a little bit of less pressure on me when I do my own battles. So if you guys do like these kind of things, want to submit your own battles because you have some spicy battles out there, please let me see them. I want to see what everybody's teams are going to be, because that's the best way for us to learn, is to share with each other. But yeah, guys, thank you again for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, leave a comment, share it with your friends, turn on that notification bell when you subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one, okay? Sayonara!